When you hear Punjab, well, the first thing that often comes to mind is the land of five rivers.
Yeah,
It's a name that immediately evokes its geography, doesn't it?
it really does. Derived from the Persian Panj for five and Ayab for water. It's such a fitting descriptor.
Absolutely. And geographically, it's strategically positioned, right? Northwestern India.
Exactly. Sharing borders with Pakistan to the west, and then within India, you've got Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Haryana, Rajasthan.
Right, and Chandigarh as the capital, which it shares with Haryana.
That's the one, a unique setup.
Okay, so we've kind of set the scene geographically. Now, for our deep dive today, our aim is to really, get under the skin of Punjab. Based on the material we've looked at, explore the core elements that have shaped its really rich culture and significant history.
And hopefully give you a solid understanding of this fascinating region.
Yeah, exactly.
And diving straight into that history, what becomes immediately apparent is just the incredible depth of its past. I mean, we're talking connections to the Indus Valley civilization.
Wow.
Sites like Harappa, Mohenjo-Daro, placing this land right at the foundation of, well, ancient urban life, one of the oldest in the world.
It truly makes you think, doesn't it, about that long arc of civilization. And then, moving forward in time, you hit the Vedic period.
Right, where the region was known as Sapta Sindhu.
Sapta Sindhu, land of seven rivers, mentioned in the Rig Veda.
Yeah, it's a fascinating shift in name, but still tied to its waterways.
Which seems to be a constant theme.
It is, and what's compelling is how this consistent geographical significance, this access to vital water, made Punjab a focal point for more various powers throughout history.
A natural corridor, almost.
Exactly. For migrations and, yes, invasions, you had Persians, the Greeks under Alexander,
the Great, yeah.
various Turkic groups, and eventually the Mughals. And these interactions weren't just about conquest. They inevitably led to this layering, this buildup of cultural influences.
So it wasn't just one wave washing over, but more like layers accumulating, different influences building up.
Precisely.
Okay, so building on that idea, Punjab being shaped by external forces, we arrive at a really transformative period. The 15th century, birth of Sikhism.
Absolutely central. Punjab is the wellspring of Sikhism founded by Guru Nanak Dev Ji.
Mm-hmm.
And this wasn't just, a new religious movement. It deeply permeated the social fabric, the ethical values, the historical path of the entire region in really profound ways, lasting ways.
And speaking of profound shifts, we really can't discuss Punjab without talking about its role in India's independence movement. It was a real center of the struggle.
A very active center, yes. And then the truly earth-shattering event, the partition of 1947.
Ah, yes, partition.
It just stands as this watershed moment in Punjab's modern history, the division of the region, between India and the newly formed Pakistan.
Resulting in those mass displacements.
Huge displacements and tragic, terrible episodes of communal violence. That event still casts a long shadow, influencing the socio-political landscape on both sides of the border even today.
It's such a stark reminder of how deeply borders can impact lives and identities, sometimes for generations.
Absolutely.
Now, despite this complex, often painful history, Punjab today presents itself as this incredibly vibrant mosaic. Religions, cultures.
It really is. While Sikhism and Hinduism are dominant, you also find significant minorities, Muslims, Christians, Jains, each one adding a thread to this rich cultural tapestry.
And the language itself, Punjabi.
Yeah.
That's interesting, too, with its two scripts.
Right. Gurmukhi, which you see mainly in India, and Shamukhi, used more in Pakistan.
Why the two scripts? Does that relate to the partition?
It partly reflects that, yes, that historical and political separation. Gurmukhi became more associated with the Sikh community in India, and Shamukhi more with the Muslim community in Pakistan, though it's a bit more complex than just that.
Fascinating. And that vibrancy really leaps out when you think about the festivals.
Oh, definitely. Baisakhi celebrating the harvest and the Sikh New Year.
Lohri, too. That sense of community warmth.
And the Gurpurabs, solemn but also joyful. Diwali, of course. Hola Mahalla with its martial spirit. The calendar is just alive with celebration.
It really is.
And the folk culture is equally compelling. Think of the energy, the sheer dynamism of Bhangra and Gita dances.
You can almost hear the music just thinking about it. The tumbi and dole instruments.
Exactly, those iconic sounds. And you can't forget the traditional clothing like the beautifully embroidered fulkari.
And the Patiala salwar.
Yeah.
Very distinctive, elegant.
Yeah, all these tangible expressions of Punjab's unique cultural identity.
It paints such a vivid picture of the region's spirit. Now, beyond this rich culture, Punjab also carries a very significant title. The Granary of India.
Yes, India's breadbasket.
That speaks volumes about its productivity, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and it's a title earned through consistently high agricultural output, especially staples like wheat, rice.
Sugarcane, cotton too, right?
Sugarcane, cotton, absolutely. And this success is largely down to a well-developed irrigation system, extensive canal networks, widespread use of tube wells. That's been key to maximizing the yields.
So it's really crucial for feeding the nation, not just itself.
Hugely important. But the economy isn't solely agrarian, is it? There's industry, too.
Right. Agriculture is a cornerstone. But cities like Ludhiana, they've grown into major industrial centers.
Particularly known for textiles and hosiery, that diversification is crucial to understanding the breadth of Punjab's economy.
Okay. And it's also a region that clearly values education. You see quite a few prominent educational institutions there.
That's right. You've got well-respected universities like Punjab University in Chandigarh, lovely professional university in Phagwara.
Guru Nanak Dev University in Amritsar.
Exactly. And Punjabi University in Patiala. They all contribute to a pretty robust educational environment, fostering intellectual growth.
Which naturally leads us to the key urban centers, the real hubs of activity and culture. Amritsar, obviously.
With the Harmandir Sahib, the Golden Temple, unparalleled spiritual significance for Sikhs globally. It's the heart.
Absolutely. And beyond Amritsar.
Well, you have Ludhiana, the industrial engine we met. Jalandhar, known for sports goods, media.
Yes, sports goods.
Patiala, steeped in culture and history. And we should also mention other important places like Bathinda, Mohali, Chandigarh itself, each playing a vital role.
A lot of dynamic centers. Now, another aspect that comes up a lot with Punjab is its strong, proud military tradition.
That's a very accurate observation. Punjab has a long, distinguished history of contributing significantly to the Indian Armed Forces.
You hear about the Sikh Regiment, the Punjab Regiment.
Exactly. People from the region are widely recognized for their bravery, their resilience, their dedication and service.
It speaks to a deeply ingrained culture, perhaps, of valor and commitment.
I think so, yes.
However, like any vibrant, evolving region, Punjab also faces its share of contemporary challenges, doesn't it? It's not all history and culture.
No, indeed. There are significant concerns being actively addressed. Things like substance abuse, economic pressures in farming, unemployment.
Agricultural distress is a big one you hear.
It is. And another notable trend is youth migration. Young people seeking opportunities abroad, particularly in places like Canada, Australia, the UK.
Right, the large Punjabi diaspora. That's a significant demographic shift.
It is. It shows global connections, aspirations, but also hints at some of the pressures at home.
So it's a region really navigating this complex interplay of tradition and modernity, old challenges, new ones.
Precisely. But despite these hurdles, what seems to persist is that underlying cultural energy, that spirit.
It still feels very characteristically Punjabi.
I'd say so. Despite everything, it remains a region characterized by a strong cultural identity, a dynamic entrepreneurial spirit, and those enduring connections with its diaspora communities across the globe. Its fundamental character continues to shine through.
Okay, so as we draw this together, wow, we've journeyed through quite a bit. Punjab's remarkable history, ancient roots, Vedic links.
Its pivotal role as the birthplace of Sikhism.
And the seismic impact of partition. We can't forget that.
No. Then there's the incredibly rich cultural tapestry, diverse faiths, vibrant festivals, those captivating folk traditions. Bhangra. And its agricultural prowess, earning it that breadbasket title alongside its developing industrial strength.
And when you pull back and look at the bigger picture,
you see a region that has just profoundly influenced the history and culture of the Indian subcontinent and continues to extend its reach globally through its very vibrant diaspora.
Which leaves us contemplating this thought, maybe for you listening. Given the significant transformations the land itself has undergone, those rivers aren't all the same five, geographically speaking, anymore, and the very real modern issues the region is grappling with.
Like the agricultural distress, the migration.
Exactly. What does it truly signify for a place to carry such profound historical weight, such deep roots, while also navigating the complexities of the 21st century?
Yeah, how does that enduring legacy continue to shape not just India, but global communities through its persistent cultural influence and, well, the compelling stories of its people?
Something to think about.